The Utah Jazz season ended much sooner than anyone hoped. The Jazz cleaned out their lockers Thursday after the Game 5 loss in Houston, and the offseason is officially underway.
Yeah, it took about 3 seconds after Game 5 ended for extra hot takes and offseason conjecture to fly. What will the Jazz do? What should they do to join the top tier of the Western Conference? Calling Dennis Lindsay.
So many questions need to be answered. The Jazz are fun to watch. They have great chemistry. The roster's full of players that are just as great off the court as they are on it. The team improved, winning 50 games. But it was clear after a disappointing series against the Rockets that the Jazz roster is in need of an upgrade if they want to be a contender.
Fact.
The Jazz will have the cap space and flexibility necessary to make a run at a big name in free agency.
We want to move the group forward, and while we have a very good team, the results told us that we don't have a great team.
I hope majority of it is coming back. I think every year, you guys all know there's going to be changes. There's always changes.
Change doesn't automatically mean better. If there's a better alternative, we'll certainly look at it.
But I still believe what we've got with maybe adding a piece or two is a really special group that can do some special things.
I think we all need to have championship on our minds, but not when the playoffs start. It starts right now. From us as players, from the coaching staff, from the front office, we all have to be on the same page and have to have the same goal.
We'll certainly make every attempt to examine every piece of the organization, player personnel included, and try to move this group forward.
Speaking of change, the Jazz will have some tough questions or decisions to make. Do they pick up the $16.9 million team option for Derrick Favors next season or renounce his rights to create more cap space? Ricky Rubio's an unrestricted free agent. Do they make a run at free agent point guards like Kemba Walker, D'Angelo Russell, and Eric Bledsoe? Maybe go after a stretch four like Tobias Harris? Or do you bring Ricky back and seek upgrades elsewhere on the roster?
Yeah, to me, that's an easy one, absolutely.
I prefer to come back here. I have a team option. I need that option picked up. So, the grass not always green on the other side.
No playoffs this year without Derrick. No playoff advancement the 2 previous years.
His impact and willingness to, not play as many minutes but still be impactful.
I'm happy in the situation that I'm in the position that I'm in. I think it's good for me and the organization. So, we'll see what happens.
Again, the pick and roll. Oh! Derrick Favors! Rubio 3. Yeah!
There's a lot of scenarios that I could see Ricky back. We really appreciate who he is. We think we can get him better. We know who he is, and we know he has Jazz DNA.
One thing I'm going to look for sure is going to be the best situation for me with the coach and the team. No matter what you have, if you're not happy, you can play basketball, but it's not what I want. I want to be happy, you know what I mean? So I'm going to try to find the best situation for me to perform and to be happy.
Hey, stay tuned. I will guarantee you this much. No matter what goes down in free agency and the upcoming NBA draft, the Jazz will rely on the continued and expected improvement of their star, Donovan Mitchell. He overcame a slow start to his sophomore campaign and played at an all-NBA level after the new year. So what's his plan for development?
Better shape. I'll just leave it at that.
Simple enough.
That was blunt. It helps when you have a future Hall of Famer in your corner. The now retired DWade tweeted this out Wednesday night after the Jazz season ended. It looks like Donovan will get some big-time coaching this summer from one of the all-time greats. How cool is that? Get to get back in the lab with DWade.
DWade joining Kyle Korver as 2 of Donovan's biggest fans. But what will Utah do with the 38-year-old sharpshooter? His incredible three-point shooting a welcome addition after the Jazz picked him up on a trade. But he has a non-guaranteed contract next season at $7.5 million. No guarantee he'll be back in Utah for his 17th NBA season.
There's been a lot in the last few years. 3 little kids. Try to have a good marriage, try to balance it all. It takes a lot. There's a real cost as you get older. There's like there's all the what you need to put into the game, but there's also a family cost. And that's probably where I'm at, is weighing that cost. So this will be a decision that I sit down and make with my wife and my family. And there's a big part of me that wants to have this is a longer off season than I've had in quite a few years. and say, hey, this is an opportunity to really work. And there's part of me that's tired right now. If there's the juice left, I'd still love to do it. We'll find out.